Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the laws and policies that shape the lives of immigrant families across the US. If you or someone you love is an immigrant parent, or expecting a baby, please watch this video to the end. Today, we're talking about a powerful and controversial ruling from the US Supreme Court. One that could reshape birthright citizenship and the ability of judges to block presidential policies. It's big, it's complicated, and it's affecting our communities right now. June 27, 2025. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled 6-3 to limit the power of lower courts to stop presidential actions nationwide. Until now, if a federal judge thought a new law or executive order violated your rights, they could pause that policy for everyone, nationwide. Now those judges can only block the law for the people directly involved in the case, unless a broader class action is granted. But here's the key. The court did not decide whether President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship is constitutional. The ruling was only about how and who can stop that order from taking effect, not whether it violates the Constitution. The Supreme Court sent the issue back to lower courts and gave them 30 days to reevaluate based on the new limits. That clock is ticking. Let's look at what this really means for immigrant communities. 1. Fewer national protections, at least at first. Before this ruling, one judge could stop an illegal or unjust law from taking effect across the country. That gave fast, broad protection for most people at risk. But now, it's going to be harder. Judges can still block a harmful law, but only for a specific group of people, unless a class action lawsuit is created and approved. That's exactly what legal groups like the ACLU and CASA Inc. are doing right now, fighting to certify class actions to protect all US-born babies at risk of losing their citizenship under the executive order. Next, we will discuss the birthright citizenship itself. But before that, if you find this video useful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an update that could impact your rights or your future. Also, at the end of this video, please check the description below for links to other recommended videos from this channel as well. Links to additional community resources available on our website, including our translation services and online English classes. Let's look at what this really means for immigrant communities. 1. Fewer national protections, at least at first. Before this ruling, one judge could stop an illegal or unjust law from taking effect across the country. That gave fast, broad protection for most people at risk. But now, it's going to be harder. Judges can still block a harmful law, but only for a specific group of people unless a class action lawsuit is created and approved. That's exactly what legal groups like the ACLU and CASA Inc. are doing right now, fighting to certify class actions to protect all US-born babies at risk of losing their citizenship under the executive order. 1. The battle shifts to class actions. Civil rights groups are pivoting their strategy. Now, they're focusing on class action lawsuits, where one or more people sue on behalf of a larger group who are in the same situation. Class actions are powerful, but they're also more technical and harder to win. Judges have to decide who qualifies for protection. Is the group situation similar enough? Will a nationwide ruling be fair? Justice Brett Kavanaugh even called the shift to class actions a technicality. But as we know, technicalities can make or break families' futures. 1. Birthright citizenship is still law, for now. It's critical to know, birthright citizenship remains protected by the Constitution. President Trump's executive order is not in effect, and courts have 30 days to rule again before that changes. But this is just a pause, not a victory. If the order is allowed to take effect, it could deny citizenship to babies born in the US unless their parents are US citizens or permanent residents. That's a radical change to a law that's been settled for more than 150 years. The 14th Amendment, passed in 1868, says, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States." This was created to ensure that former slaves and their children would be recognized as full citizens. Since then, it has protected millions, including children of immigrants, refugees, and those here on visas. In the 1898 case, Wong Kim Ark, the Supreme Court confirmed that birthright citizenship applies no matter your parents' status, unless they are diplomats. Fast forward to 2025, President Trump is trying to change that, not through Congress, but through an executive order. His team argues that the words "subject to the jurisdiction" don't apply to undocumented immigrants or visitors, a claim courts have repeatedly rejected. Let's take a look at the powerful words from the dissenting justices, the ones who disagreed with the majority. Justice Sotomayor, she called the ruling shameful, warning that it opens the door for the government to enforce unconstitutional policies without real oversight. She even said, the executive branch can now enforce policies that flout settled law, and the courts will be hamstrung to stop it. That's a strong warning. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, she went even further. She called the ruling an existential threat to democracy. She wrote, eventually, executive power will become completely uncontainable, and our beloved constitutional republic will be no more. Their message is clear. This ruling gives future presidents, not just Trump, more unchecked power. And if courts can't block illegal orders quickly, people will get hurt in the meantime. One foreign couple on a student visa in the US had a baby shortly after the executive order was signed. Because of that executive order, the couple was always worried that their child wouldn't be recognized as a US citizen, or that one day the government would take away their baby's citizenship. This couple is not alone. Across the country, migrant mothers, especially those pregnant right now, are scared and confused. Legal experts say the uncertainty could affect over 250,000 births every year, and if some states block the order and others don't, we could have a situation where citizenship depends on the state where you were born. That's never happened before in US history. Over the next few weeks, lower courts will decide if Trump's executive order can move forward. Civil rights attorneys will ask judges to block the policy using class action lawsuits. States will argue that the law must be stopped to avoid chaos and discrimination. It's possible, even likely, that this issue will return to the Supreme Court later this year or early next year. And then the court will need to finally rule on whether it is legal to end birthright citizenship. That ruling could reshape the definition of citizenship in America forever. However, whenever the Democrats win the White House or both congressional chambers, that is the Senate and the House of Representatives, they most likely will explore their chances of reverting the Supreme Court ruling, should the latter decide against the 14th Amendment as it stands right now. So the fight is going to be going on for a long time before both sides exhaust all their options, unless the US Congress passes a law to make birthright citizenship unlawful to non-citizen parents. Executive order by itself, without a law voted by Congress and signed by the president, will always face opposition and protests from the party that is not in power. If you're part of an immigrant family or community, here's how you can stay safe and empowered. 1. Know the law. Birthright citizenship is still in effect. Your children are protected right now. 1. Get informed. Follow trusted sources. Talk to immigration attorneys. Don't fall for fear-based rumors. 1. Connect with legal support. Groups like CASA, ACLU, and ASAP are fighting for you. If you or someone you know might be affected, see if you qualify for a class action lawsuit. 1. Share this video. Knowledge is power. Sharing this information could protect another family. This is a moment of uncertainty for many immigrants. However, by standing together with your local communities, knowing your rights and speaking up, you'll find the strength needed to keep going and keep protecting the rights and welfare of our children, especially their constitutional birthright citizenship. So, stay well-informed, organized, and united. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update that could impact your rights or your future. For additional useful community resources, check the description below this video for links to other recommended videos from this channel, as well as links to resources available on our website, including our translation services and online English classes.